Obsession and craving. Obsession and craving. Two things I wish I would have understood about alcoholism when I first realized I had a drinking problem. I probably started off a heavy drinker, like a lot of people, but it progresses. The illness progresses. If I would have understood this, I could have saved myself tons of time, energy, pain, suffering, disappointment, angst, everything, if I would have understood this. I always thought it was just about the drinking. If I could quit drinking, everything would be fine. I would quit drinking and then I'd want to drink again. Craving, I'm going to explain these two things because if you understand it, maybe it will be easier for you to get a solution, grab onto the solution. Craving would be like during the pandemic, it was panic, right? They only left essential businesses open. Do you know which one of the essential businesses were open? Were liquor stores. They left those open. The reason is people had to treat that craving. People that could not get to alcohol were doing anything. There was a woman who walked into a gas station and they had just put up, at the beginning of the pandemic, people bought the hand sanitizer in really big containers with the pump on the top. And she walked in, unscrewed it, and drank it. It's all alcohol. That's craving. That's when you have to have it. You have to get well. That is why people are, your addicts and alcoholics in your life are maybe pawning your wedding ring or your laptop, anything to get money, to get the drugs and the alcohol they need to address the craving. That's craving. Once you take that away from someone and you stop them from drinking or using, and they go through a detox period where they're removed from that substance, what happens is the obsession kicks in, where all you do is think about it. You think about it. You romanticize about it. You need it. You want it. You watch a movie and they're drinking, right? You're walking down the street and there's little table cafes of little people eating their lunch, their little Cobb salads with a glass of white wine, right? And you're thinking. You go in the grocery store and you're drawn to that, right? You're just completely obsessed with it, right? That's the obsession. And that is what leads you back to drinking, which kicks up the craving, which is why one is not enough and you can't stop. And you're the last person to leave the party, right? You're driving around, you're walking through the desert to get to the drug dealer's house, right? That's what's going on here. That's alcoholism, right? It's the thinking before you drink. That is alcoholism. The drinking is drunkenness. The drinking is treating the alcoholism. The drugging is treating the alcoholism. The alcoholism is the thought before you drink again. That obsessing. And if you want an example of that, like I gave for craving, an example would be when you are on the way to the drug dealer's house and you feel relief already. You haven't even taken anything, but you feel relieved because you know you're going to get it. Right as you're opening the bottle of wine, right as you're cracking open a vodka, you feel this sense of like, everything's going to be okay, right? Everything's going to be okay. That's the two parts of the disease of alcoholism. Now, if you are just a heavy drinker and you just have the craving, right? And you're just craving and you quit and you decide to quit and your life gets better and you go on with your life, that's because you don't have that obsession. And when you have alcoholism, that obsession will occur with other things. It can occur with ice cream. Once you start having a bowl of ice cream, or you stop at Dairy Queen for ice cream, the next day you think, God, I'd like to stop at Dairy Queen again, right? And all of a sudden you're stopping at Dairy Queen every day on the way home from work. You're sober, but you're thinking about that ice cream, right? And if you get home and you didn't stop because you made yourself not stop, right? I'm gaining weight, I better not stop. You're thinking about it. God, maybe I should run back, right? Maybe I should run back and get this. And it's usually pretty specific. It's not like you get addicted to, you're not going to run back to the store and get a pint of Thrifty's ice cream because that's not the same. You want the Dairy Queen ice cream, right? That obsession will kick in with work, exercise, gambling, whatever it is, you'll start needing to treat that alcoholism with something. That is why you keep stopping and starting and stopping and starting, because all you're doing is addressing the craving. You have to address the obsession as well.